Good day, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in your part of the world. This is King B with another video. You see the title on the screen. Supreme Court allows Idaho to enforce its ban on gender-affirming care for transgender youth. Let's get into this article, see what they're talking about. And this article released by the Associated Press. The Supreme Court is allowing Idaho to enforce its ban on gender-affirming care for transgender youth while lawsuits over the law proceed, reversing lower courts. The justice's order Monday allows the state to put into place a 2023 law that subjects physicians to up to 10 years in prison if they provide hormones, puberty blockers, or other gender-affirming care to people under age 18. Under the court's order, the two transgender teens who sued to challenge the law still will be able to obtain care. The court's three liberal justices would have kept the law on hold. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson wrote that it would have been better to let the case proceed unfettered by our intervention. Justice Neil Gorsuch of the conservative majority wrote that it is a welcome development that the court is reining in an overly broad lower court order. A federal judge in Idaho had blocked the law in its entirety after determining that it was necessary to do so to protect the teens who are identified under pseudonyms in court papers. Lawyers for the teens wrote in court papers that the teens' gender dysphoria has been dramatically alleviated as a result of puberty blockers and estrogen therapy. The American Civil Liberties Union, representing the teens and their families, called the Supreme Court's order an awful result for transgender youth and their families across the state. Today's ruling allows the state to shut down the care that thousands of families rely on while sowing further confusion and disruption. Idaho Attorney General Raul Labrador said in a statement that the law ensures children are not subjected to these life-altering drugs and procedures. Those suffering from gender dysphoria deserve love, support, and medical care rooted in biological reality. Denying the basic truth that boys and girls are biologically different hurts our kids. Gender-affirming care for youth is supported by every major medical organization, including the American Medical Association, the American Academy of Pediatrics, and the American Psychiatric Association. Medical professionals define gender dysphoria as psychological distress experienced by those whose gender expression does not match their gender identity. The action comes as the justices also may soon consider whether to take up bans in Kentucky and Tennessee that an appeals court allowed to be enforced in the midst of legal fights. At least 23 states have enacted laws restricting or banning gender-affirming medical care for transgender minors, and most of those states face lawsuits. A federal judge struck down Arkansas's ban as unconstitutional. Montana's ban also is temporarily on hold. The states that have enacted laws restricting or banning gender-affirming medical care for transgender minors are Alabama, Arkansas, Arizona, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, and West Virginia. So that is the end of this article, and my opinion on this is, before forming an opinion and before choosing sides or whether you're for allowing children to get these medical treatments, or if you're against it, do your research, right? Even if because your religious beliefs, you have religious beliefs, and because of your religious beliefs, still do your research. Get into the science of it. Get into the science of it. My last video, I talked about how, my last video about, do you know what's in your foods? Do you know what you're eating? Reading the ingredients. I mentioned how now when you go into the stores, and those of you who read labels, ingredients, you know what I'm talking about. Soy is they put in soy in everything. Even in products you wouldn't even think have soy. Wouldn't have soy in it. Soy is in these products. And I also mentioned, do your research on soy. Right? Soy is in almost every product you get in the store. Have soy in it. Do your research on soy. Look into the effects that soy have on males, and you'll be surprised what you find. Do your research on that. It's easy to look that up, right? The effect that soy have on males. Okay? So when you read an article like this, children going through what they call, they born male, but they feel like they're female, or vice versa. Look at some of these, what they call it, gender dysphoria. That's what they're calling it. Look at the ingredients in the foods, specifically soy, right? And you'll be surprised what you find. Do your homework, do your research on that. So this video I'm doing, this article kind of goes into and does tie into my last video about, do you know what you're eating? Summertime is coming up. Children will be out of school. It's about to be out of school for the summer months. It's going to be hot. You're going to be looking to buy snacks, and children love to snack, chips, ice cream, whatever. Look at the ingredients. Check the ingredients. Research the ingredients. It's not only soy. Some of these ingredients that's hard to pronounce, look them up. Research them. These days, everybody have a phone, which these phones are just mini computers. So everybody's walking around with the computer in their pocket. You can do it right in the store. Whip out your little mini computer that you call a phone and research, and just punch in that ingredient that you barely can pronounce. Look it up right there in the store. Look up the effects or the side effects of that ingredient. Start looking this up. It's no action. It's no accident that we're living in a time where more and more people, more and more children are confused about their sexual identity. It's not an accident. Right? It's not an accident. Look that up. What they call again, gender dysphoria. So look it up. Because some of these foods that you're buying with these ingredients, again, soy is one of the main ones, ingredients. Soy is in almost everything you buy in the stores. Do your research on soy. Do your research on some of these ingredients. And you'll be surprised. It's not an accident that these things is going on. It's not an accident. This is intentional. It's an attack. You may not think so, but it is. Right? And also, what I might add, now there are individuals who do, they're born male, but they feel like, more like a woman on the inside, and vice versa. They're born, a woman, but they feel like a man. Do your research on that as well. Do your research on the stages when a woman is pregnant, the different stages of a fetus. Do your research on that. Thoroughly research that. Because some may say that, feel that, well, that's impossible. When the baby is born, if it's a girl, then it's a girl. If it's a boy, then it's a boy. It can't be. Do your research. Because it's the fetus go through stages. All right? Look up hermaphrodites. Look that up as well. What are the different forms of or levels of a hermaphrodite? Because there's different levels of or stages of hermaphrodite. All hermaphrodites don't necessarily is not going to have both organs, meaning it's not going to have a penis, both a penis and a vulva. You got hermaphrodites that do have just one sexual organ. There's different stages or levels to being and born and a hermaphrodite. Again, you have to look this up. And that's natural. So you can have a baby that's born that is a hermaphrodite, but just have one sexual organ. This is why you will have a baby born, a boy, and as that baby gets older and get into its preteen or teenage years, they don't have the typical. They might seem more feminine, physically, as well as their mannerism, as well as the sound of their voice. Look this up. Do your research. And vice versa. You may have a baby born, okay, it's a girl. And as that child gets older, have more masculine features. Broad shoulders. The voice sounds a little deep. And it's natural. Again, research hermaphrodites. There's different level, different stages of hermaphrodites. Every hermaphrodite, being a hermaphrodite doesn't mean you're going to have both sexual organs. You're going to have a penis and a vulva. You know, so I'll say it again, a hermaphrodite can have just one sexual organ. And that hermaphrodite can be have a male body, but yet feel feminine, feel like a woman, and vice versa. See, this what I'm talking about right now is what people don't talk about this, or don't know nothing. Most don't know nothing about this. They just feel what they feel and believe what they believe, be it because of their religious beliefs or political beliefs or both. They don't get into the science at all. And it really is a shame. So this is besides because yes, on the other side, what I've talked about at first about the foods, the ingredients in the foods that target hormones, because they've done the whole research in labs of testing out on frogs, for example. You could look that up, where they subjected frogs to certain chemicals, male frogs, and over time the male frogs got together. Male frog with the male frog. Through chemicals. And it was done through chemicals. They've done that research. Now, why would they allow a research like that? Why would they look that up? Why would they do that? Why? Ask yourself why. What I'm talking about in this video, I'm giving you both sides. So, some of this is through chemicals, and on the flip side, some of this is natural. You got to so again, thoroughly research this for yourselves before forming an opinion, before talking about what you believe. Thoroughly research. Don't be scared. Do your research. You're in the stores. Again, everyone have a computer in their pocket. Pull your little mini computer out that you call a phone and punch in some of them ingredients right there on the spot, especially soy. It's well known in science what soy does, especially to males. Look it up. Look up some of these other ingredients. Right there, you could do it right there in the store. It's going to take you a couple minutes to do. And at the same time, yes, some of this is really natural. Right? Your child could be a hermaphrodite or androgynous. Your child can be a hermaphrodite or androgynous. There's different levels or stages to being androgynous or a hermaphrodite. You're not necessarily going to see both sexual organs, penis and a vulva. It's not always the case. Okay? It's not always the case. Some of you watching this video in your neighborhoods growing up or even now, uh, um, um, you may know a male who sounds a little feminine when he talks. The shape of his body, his mannerisms. Or may know a woman who she have broad shoulders. Voice is a little deep. Right? And they're androgynous. Don't know it. Right? Now, I'm no doctor. I'm not giving any type of medical advice. I'm telling you, do your research. Thoroughly research. You don't have to go by doctors. You don't before you go on and going to these doctors and letting them put more pills and treatments and chemicals. Do your research. Have real serious conversations and do and thoroughly research. Because it will help. The more you research, if you thoroughly research this and have real conversations, research what I'm talking about, have real conversations, get informed, it will help a whole lot. It will help you and it will help your children or your child as well. By just doing the research and thoroughly researching. It will help. Forget what you believe. It's about what you know. And if you don't know, find out. You don't have to believe anything. Do your research so that you know, you're informed, you're well informed, and you know. Get in the know. So that's my opinion on it. Because you have too many people out there going off of what they believe. And it's just making the situation worse for everyone that's involved. That's my take on this. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to the children. Shout out to the people out there. You'll find your way. You feeling lost, you find your way. Right? Love yourself unconditionally. You look different, you feel different, love yourself unconditionally. Always. Don't let yourself get down for nothing or no one. Love yourself. Get informed is all I'm saying. Keep your loved ones close. Watch each other's backs. Have real conversations. Protect the children, protect your babies. And this is part of protecting your children and protecting your babies. Getting informed and doing your research. That's part of it. Stop being lazy. You don't have to just go off what somebody else telling you or what a doctor is telling you. Not right now, not during today's time. Or what some school is teaching, because they're not really teaching anything, these schools. Schools are not about learning. It's about indoctrination. That's what it's about. And once again, the children are under attack in these schools too. They're not safe. So again, do your research thoroughly, right? If what I said in this video sounds weird to you, that means you have work to do. Do your research, right? Do your research. And that's all I have for you for this video. And once again, if you're in a group, your family, your loved ones, this should be part of what you're talking about. Have these type of conversations. Take the time to do that. If you feel you don't have time to have conversations like this, or to just sit and talk and have these type of conversations with your family, with your loved ones, that mean you're too busy, then make the time. Nothing's more important than your loved ones, your family. Nothing. And unfortunately, unfortunately, we don't realize that until something terribly goes wrong and it's too late. Trust me, I know. I've been through it. Shout out to all my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Please do give the video a thumbs up so information can get out there, the algorithm. Shout out to all of you who clicked and watched this video. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. I appreciate each and every one of you. Click the notification bell. Click all. This is King B. Till the next video, I'm out.